In this video, we'll break down why players struggle when the quality of dinks increases. We'll explore the key balance and timing adjustments required at the kitchen line, and we'll talk about modern pickleball dinking built around posture, positioning, and intelligent pattern changes. Many players feel rushed, off balance, or unsure why they are suddenly popping balls up when facing stronger opponents. While skill plays a role, the breakdown often begins with subtle positioning and timing issues that go unnoticed. This video clarifies why those errors happen and outlines 3 precise solutions that allow players to stay calm and maintain control against higher-level dinking. As competition improves, opponents begin hitting unattackable dinks. Instead of producing pop-ups, their balls force upward contact and eliminate easy offense. Players who were taught to hold the line at the kitchen often respond by reaching farther and becoming overextended in an effort to stay aggressive. That overextension creates instability. Being a good dinker is fundamentally about balance. When players lean too far forward or stretch outside their base, they become committed to aggression. If the ball cannot be attacked cleanly, they are left off balance, leading to pop-ups or rushed contact. The instinct to stay glued to the line works at lower levels where attackable balls are frequent. As levels rise, that same positioning becomes a liability. The counterintuitive adjustment is to play slightly off the kitchen line, approximately a foot behind it. This small retreat provides significant advantages. First, stepping forward into a pop-up becomes easier than trying to recover backward. Moving forward maintains balance and control, whereas moving backward often leads to instability. Second, that extra space provides more time to think and make better decisions. When standing directly on the line, players are often mentally locked into aggression. By positioning slightly off, they remain prepared but flexible, able to lean in when the opportunity appears rather than feeling forced into attack mode. This adjustment may sacrifice a few marginal attacking chances. However, most lost points come from unforced errors rather than missed attack opportunities. Playing a step off the line reduces errors, improves posture, and increases the ability to counterattack when pressured. Calm dinking begins with stable court positioning. Positioning influences timing. Players who stand directly on the line often short-hop balls, taking them immediately on the rise. These half-volley dinks require advanced touch and control. When overextended, players compensate with excessive wrist use, resulting in pop-ups that are easily attacked. Instead of striking immediately after the bounce, players should allow the ball to bounce, rise, and approach its peak before contact whenever possible. Waiting until the last comfortable moment increases margin and rhythm. The difference in tempo is substantial. Dinking off the rise speeds up the exchange and compresses reaction time. Allowing the ball to rise slows the game down and restores control. There will be situations where aggressive dinks force earlier contact. However, when the ball allows it, patience becomes the default. Waiting longer than feels natural often results in better balance and cleaner contact. Supporting this timing adjustment is what can be described as the reset step. Proper posture requires a wide base. Most players would benefit from widening their stance rather than narrowing it. A stable base increases mobility and prevents leaning. After contact, many players allow their feet to come together and their posture to rise tall. That narrow, upright position makes them vulnerable to attacks and reduces lateral quickness. Maintaining a wide base with slight bounce in the legs keeps the body prepared. Not too wide to restrict movement, but wide enough to remain grounded. Avoiding tall posture and staying engaged in the legs helps eliminate reaching and improves defensive reactions. Balance, not reach, defines high-level dinking. Another common issue arises when players become trapped in disadvantageous patterns, particularly repeated backhand exchanges. At every level, targeting the backhand is a common strategy. Players who passively accept backhand-to-backhand rallies may eventually lose the exchange if that side is weaker. One of the simplest solutions is to get to the forehand more often. Playing slightly off the line increases mobility and makes it easier to shift and use the forehand even when opponents target the backhand side. While this adjustment may expose small areas of court, the trade-off is worthwhile. Consistently popping up backhand dinks or hitting into the net is more damaging than conceding minor space. If the ball does reach the weaker side, a pattern-changing dink becomes essential. Instead of remaining locked in a disadvantageous exchange, the player selects a safe, predetermined target that shifts the pattern. For example, redirecting toward an inside foot target can alter the rally's geometry and allow the partner to engage. Players often change patterns instinctively, but intentional use of this tactic prevents prolonged disadvantage. The objective is not to avoid improving the weaker side, Skill development remains important. However, at every level there will be opponents who are stronger in specific exchanges. Refusing to adjust and remaining in a losing pattern is unnecessary. Changing the pattern reduces ego-driven decisions and prioritizes team advantage. Court position must precede advantage, and advantage must precede the winning shot. By securing stable positioning first, players create opportunities rather than forcing them. Together, these adjustments transform the kitchen from a rushed battleground into a controlled environment. Calm positioning leads to better timing. Better timing reduces errors. Reduced errors create advantage. Mastering these subtle but powerful concepts allows players to remain composed and effective even as opponent quality rises.